Just so y'all know, it's the Biden administration that came after me. Y'all need to start having these uncomfortable conversations with them uncles and cousins that want to be posting online, oh, I'm supporting Kamala. You better start having these conversations with them because it's getting real. They out here putting Christians in jail for 41 months for preaching the gospel, and you talking about some, I support Kamala. Get out my house. It's time to get like Martin. Get the stepping. Everybody clean up plate. I thought you was a Christian. I am. Clean, get your food, get your plate, take it with you. Get out my house. If that's what you support, you can't even sit at my table because Paul said, if they even dare to say they're Christian yet do things that are ungodly, you don't even eat such of them. That's what Paul said. So it ain't about being angry. It ain't about being mad. It's about standing on righteousness. Would you sit and break bread with somebody who loves to have sex with kids? Are you gonna sit and have a sandwich? Are we just hanging out kicking at the crib with your kids running around with a guy that likes to do it with little kids? No, you wouldn't, because it's knocking on our door. They're coming for us.
This is what the election's about this year. This is the only thing that's changed, is if you are for Kamala Harris, you are for the LGBTQ. That's what this Western culture is trying to do, is taking away your family values and trying to put in Kamala values. Bevelyn Beatty Williams, here she is. Ladies and gentlemen, just got sentenced to 41 months for, I think, a girl's hand got smashed inside of a door while she was protesting or something like that. Now being taken away from her kids for 41 months. And she needs your help, and she needs my help. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing here, because I'm not here just to talk and get clicks. I'm here to hopefully change things for the better and for my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, in whom I put my trust. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for watching. Please like, subscribe, click that notification button so when I get information out, you can get information in. I am going to leave a link down below to Bevelyn Beatty Williams' GoFundMe kind of account thing, where she's trying to get an attorney because she was just sentenced for 41 months. I'm going to let the story do the talking. I'm not here to convince you to give or to not give. I'm here to get her story out because it's something I believe in, but you let me know if it's something you believe in. So grab a drink and let's dive in.
You guys, my lawyer gave me clearance to speak regarding the case, so I'm going to say some things, and I think it'll make it clear. I don't want to take too much time. I don't want a super long live, but my husband's here to just, be of support and help me out because my memory can be a little off. Okay.
Yeah, so it's been a lot, so yeah.
Yeah, it's been a lot. All of these articles are coming out, and what's frustrating is that, the articles are saying that I was violent and that I hurt someone, and that, I deserve what I got because I was so violent, okay? I want to make it clear right now, this is why the appeal needs to happen, because the evidence, I believe, will show different. No one's hand, when you hear crushed in a door, crushed means broken limbs, crushed means severed things going on, dysfunctional hand. Crushed does not mean a report of you going 5 days later and being told to take to urgent care and being told to give ibuprofen. That does not count as crushed. So let's make something very clear. My 41-month conviction is due to a woman saying her hand was caught in the door that I leaned on for 10 seconds, and it took 3 people to get me off the door. And 5 days later, she went to urgent care and was told to take ibuprofen. I want that to sink in. Okay? So this violent, vicious Bevelyn they're claiming, the appeal is going to show different. On top of that, there's a statement from when I spoke to the judge about my case. Number one, I did not ask for leniency. Let's just make that very clear. I did not beg for leniency. But what I did was I told the judge my heart towards abortion. Okay? I told the judge where I stood when it comes to abortion. I told the judge that even after an abortion, it doesn't remove the broken heart. And a record that I have a record from, it's like a 10-year gap from this record before I got saved. I was, my time was based off of that record from 10 years ago. more than 10 years ago, actually, more like 13, 14 years ago, along with this situation. And it was very clear. I mean, this is in the transcripts. I was going to be made an example of. I have thousands of people watching me. And before you guys get comfortable enough or get inspired to do what I did, you're going to know the consequences before you get inspired. Yeah. That was what was said.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. God is good and God is going to see us through this. But I think this is something that's important for y'all to wake up and see. Not only is there a clear bias with the system and certain things, the racism of it all. You know, when people talk about systematic racism, I hope you understand now what that looks like. I hope you understand now, sometimes we point at the wrong crew, but you know, there's to want to separate someone from their family, for something like a hand injury. Oh my God. I don't want to speak too crudely, but what I will say is this. The writing's on the wall, y'all. The writing's on the wall. I was told that I'm not supposed to be on the streets. I told that I was not supposed to be on the street. I'm a threat to society and a threat to women's rights. Let that sink in. So if I'm a threat to be on the street, what are you? That's pretty much all I have to say. I'm exhausted, y'all. I'm still sad.
Yeah.
I'm really sad. I know that God got me, but I'm sad. I'm sad at where this country's going. I'm sad at the decision that was made. I'm sad at the possibility, just even the possibility of not being there for my daughter, even if it's a year, whatever. My daughter doesn't know life without being in the middle of the bed with me and Ricky. Like, she doesn't understand that. You know, I was away from her for 4 days going through this, and my daughter was depressed. She wanted her mom and her daddy back. And it's just, you know, I'm still waking up in shock. It's like I wake up, I feel like I did when my dad died. I feel like I did when my father died.
It honestly feels like a nightmare.
Like a death.
To be 100 with y'all, like, that's what it feels like. You get up, it's like, is this real? You know, it feels like a nightmare. But there's a place where we trust God and we know that there's a purpose in what he's doing. And as I told my wife, I said, you know, we could have been born in any other time in history, but we're born for this particular purpose and this particular reason and this particular time for a purpose under heaven. So I believe and we believe that God is going to get the victory from this. Somehow, some way, he's going to be the one to get the victory. Jesus is going to get the victory from this. And it's a freedom that will come from my wife and our family, but a freedom that will come to this entire nation. It is needed. The exposure is needed. The shaking is needed. And while this shaking happening, you see us as a family being shaken, but we're standing upon the rock, who is Yeshua, who is Jesus. And we're continuing to stand on him no matter what. And we're not going to be shaken. So when that shaking comes, you better be standing on the rock of Yeshua, because all that can be shaken will be shaken according to the word of the Lord, according to the scriptures. It will happen. So make sure you stand right on him, because the individuals who are doing injustice, God hates the one who plots in secret, who plots and comes against the widow, someone who's in position and looks down on others. He hates that. It's very clear in the book of Psalms how much he hates that. It's clear in the book of Proverbs how much he hates that. But he says the righteous, you will never see them begging for bread. The righteous are the ones who will be continuing to stand. The righteous are the ones who God will grant the victory to. So I'm praying, we're praying. And, you know, even though right now, we're sad and we're going through different emotions, but we'll get through this. And I just thank everybody for their prayers. I really appreciate them. My family appreciates them as well.
And thank you for your support. Just continue to just give to that fund. I mean, if it's coffee money, $3, $2, I'm begging you, please put something in that fund. It's going to cost us about $150,000 to appeal this case. Okay, yeah. The money that was just placed into that fund, it's already gone. That's already scheduled to go to the lawyer for a retaining fee. The retaining fee alone for the lawyer was $25,000. That's to retain him. So I just want you guys to know that money is needed, because we need those funds to fight this case. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you something right now. We cannot let the enemy. We're all Christians here on this call, I'm sure. You got a couple trolls, but who cares about them? We're all Christians on this call. If you have any kind of spirit of God in you, it should make you feel some type of way that the enemy in the world can use the money of the world and just tear us down. You need to make a statement as a Christian, and you need that freaking, by tomorrow, really, that $250,000 budget should be already filled, done, finished. You want to know why? Because that's what Christians do. We band together. We band together, especially when someone is martyred. We band together. There's no reason. I mean, anything you can do. We have to band together in this hour because they're watching us. They're watching us. And they're laughing to the bank, thinking, we got her. We got them next. Okay. They think it's a joke. Yeah. So we have to stand together, and we have to let them know we're fighting, we're standing, we're banding together, and we're going to appeal this thing. We're going to appeal this thing to where it can never happen again. Rather than me be found guilty and they use what I've been through as a precedent to hurt others, this is going to be used as a precedent to say, nope, not guilty. This was appeal, overturned. You can't do this. And that's what we have to do. You have to get, the fund is on my page. Go to the fund, share it, tell people about it. I don't care if it's 50 cents. All right, send it to anybody you can, cousins, and y'all gonna have to start having these uncomfortable conversations with family. I'm gonna keep it a buck. These conversations about Beyonce and what's going on Love and Hip Hop and what's going on in Country Times News, this is not it. Y'all need to start having these uncomfortable conversations with them uncles and cousins that want to be posting online. Oh, I'm supporting Kamala. You better start having these conversations with them because it's getting real. It's hitting your plate. These family members that walk around supporting things that are demonic, they need to know from you right now, not only do you not support it, but if you on that type of time, we ain't on the type of time. If you vibing that way, we ain't vibing that way. Because I'm not supporting tearing down families. I'm not supporting the murder of innocent children. It's time to start having uncomfortable conversations with grandmas and elders. You know, the ones that beat it in your head, honor thy mother and father and that days will be longer. Why they do you any type of way? These type of aunts and uncles and cousins who make you so uncomfortable to say because you're thinking differently than what they think, and because they're followers and you chose to be a leader, but they want to use their hierarchy against you to get you to not say how you feel. That husband who's bugging out, that wife who's a Jezebel and a complete liberal that you feel some type of way about, but you don't feel like you can say nothing. It's time to start having these conversations with people. It's time to start saying, listen, they out here putting Christians in jail for 41 months for preaching the gospel, and you talking about some I support Kamala. Get out my house. Ain't nobody, no dinner. Dinner's over. Everybody step. It's time to get like Martin. Get the stepping. Everybody clean up plate. I thought you was a Christian. I am. Clean, get your food, get your plate, take it with you. Get out my house. If that's what you support, you can't even sit at my table because Paul said, if they even dare to say they're Christian yet do things that are ungodly, you don't even eat with such of them. That's what Paul said. You don't even eat with people like that. So it ain't about being angry. It ain't about being mad. It's about standing on righteousness. Would you sit and break bread with somebody who loves to have sex with kids, especially newborns? You gonna sit and have a sandwich? We just hanging out, kicking at the crib with your kids running around with a guy that likes to do it with little kids? No, you wouldn't. You need to look at the persecution of Christians and what they're doing as equivalent as an adult wanting to make love to an infant. Period. It's that extreme because it's knocking on our door. It's knocking on our door. They're coming for us. So that's all I have to say, babe.
Yeah. And if you love your country, you do the right thing, you vote Trump. It's just that simple.
Yeah.
I mean, I got nothing else more to say after that. She laid it out for y'all. So.
And if you my family member, if you related to me and you claim you love me, if you really love me and you're not just being fake and phony, vote Trump. If you really care about me, unless you want to continue to vote, and just so y'all know, It's the Biden administration that came after me. The judge is appointed Biden. So if you want to know why I'm indicted facing 41 months, I'm going to tell you right now, Biden did it and Kamala administration. So if you, my family, and you quote unquote rock with me like you talk about, we'll see. Let's see. If you really love me, you'll vote for Trump. If you really care enough about me to not see me in jail, you'll vote for Trump. That's what you'll do. If you really care about me, if it's real love between us, if it's really 100, if it's stand up on the up and up like it's supposed to be as family, then you will vote for Trump. You will. But if not, see you when I see you. And I'm going to just keep it a buck. See you when I see you. Because at this point, nah. I'm not, especially as a man. And if you vote for Kamala as a man, you might as well go ahead and open your butt cheeks up and bend over. That's gay. And that's going to be taken the wrong way. But I'm going to just keep it 100. As a man, you're literally, I'm going to tell you right now, this women's right agenda, it may have been cute back in the day when you couldn't vote. But this women's right agenda is demonic, y'all. They use women's rights for everything. They're using women's rights to lock dudes up and lie and say that they raped them and they didn't. That's how they got Tupac. Tupac ain't raped that girl. It was women's rights that got that man locked up. And Tupac had a big mouth. He was passionate. So they locked him up. Okay? Yeah. When they want to break somebody down, why is it every time they want to break a brother or a sister down, they use women's rights?
They did it to Cuomo.
They did it to Cuomo.
They did it to their own. Let's just put it that way. They did it to their own. A Democrat.
Right.
A governor.
This women's right, y'all understand, y'all are pushing a monster. This women's rights is becoming such a monster that if you look at a woman wrong, she might hem you down and have everything from you. Let's talk about divorces. Let's talk about how men will be more of a parent than the mom and the mom gets everything. Y'all don't understand. This women's rights scale has gotten so demonic. This is a giant erected monster. So now, let me tell you, my prosecutors were not men. My judge was not a man.
Yep.
It's different. I'm not saying that women can't be in power. I'm not saying that there's not Deborahs out here. But when you put the totality of power in a woman's hands who does not truly know God and has a heart to submit to male leadership, oh, you're going to hear me. Male leadership, you're in trouble. You're giving these women power. And everybody, Satan knew what he was doing. He went to the woman. He didn't talk to Adam.
That created chaos after that.
He didn't have a conversation with Adam.
Oh, man.
He hollered at Eve. And because of Eve, we're dealing with the consequences of sin to this day. Hundreds of millions of years later, we're dealing with the consequences of that. Of a man not being a man and stepping into position, and a woman wanting to be a boss. And now you dare. Let me tell you, it's a great divide in the black community between the man and the women. Because if you're a real man, there's no way you can vote for Kamala. If you're a real man, if you let your nuts hang, there's no way. But then as a woman, we're only voting because of identity politics. Oh, we just want to see a woman in office. We could care less about how it's going to affect our taxes, how it's going to affect our children, how it's going to affect our sons. We don't care.
We don't care about none of that.
We just want to see a woman in power. I'm going to tell you right now, Christians, and even if you're not a Christian, if you're a human being with any type of right mind, you better watch this women empowerment agenda, because this thing is demonic. Once this machine goes, it's going to take hell and high water to stop it. So you gotta really put a foot down. This women's rights agenda, no more. No more.
That's right.
That's it.
That's it.
All right, y'all.
Listen, y'all, I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
But again, thank you everybody for the prayers, and we're gonna continue to fight. That's what we're gonna do.
All right, y'all.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Well, that's her story, and she's sticking to it. Let me know what y'all think out there. I left a link down below, or you can click on that link. It's a very large looking link. It came off of her Facebook page. You can go see her on Facebook as well. It's Bevelyn Beatty Williams. Information will be down below. If you're in support of what she's saying, please help her out. And let's get this girl funded. Let's get her an attorney. Let's help with that. If God puts it on your heart, which I don't know how he couldn't. If you're, honestly, that's a brother and sister in Christ right there. And I love them, and I'm praying for you guys out there. And hopefully we can get some help from this community. So thanks again for watching, everybody out there. one love. Jesus is Lord. God bless you, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.